Hey everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines, better known as the one-hand mechanic. If I can do it, you can too. Today we have here a Craftsman T240, and I'm going to show you, in my opinion, how to start and operate it. First thing you want to do when you get your machine is you want to check your oil. This is a twin-cylinder Kohler 7000 series. It's a 22 horsepower engine. The oil dipstick is here, and we're going to go ahead and you pull it out, wipe it off. You have two dots, and as you can see, it says full and low. I try to keep it up right around the dot where the F is, which is the full line. So let's go ahead and see. And we just serviced this, so the oil is going to be extremely clean. And as you can see, it's right below the dot. Actually, can you see that? You might not be able to see that, but it's very close. I usually have it up just a little bit more because all small engines will burn a little bit of oil. Just make sure you check it about every other time you fill the gas tank up. All right, so here is the gas tank, okay? The gas cap is here, and it does say unleaded fuel only. And there is a little window right here that you can actually see the gas. Now it's a little hard depending on what color your gas is, but you can see it. So you can kind of either open the hood or look here, and that shows you how full the gas is. Going over to controls on the steering. Okay, so here's your throttle, and you have slow and fast, and then you have a sign right here. That's actually for the choke. So when you take it up to full, it's gonna stop, and that's your indent. That's where you're gonna cut. When your mower deck is on, that's where you're gonna have the speed to cut. And then you're going to go all the way up on choke to start it. Now, I know a lot of these that I've seen tend to vibrate back, so I would recommend just holding it up on choke when it starts and then bring it down. I usually like to let them idle down some and let them warm up. Over here, we have the clutch/brake. Somebody commented that you shouldn't use this as a clutch ever. Well, this is what disengages your transmission and engages your transmission. And it also puts your emergency brake on. So as far as I'm concerned, that is the clutch/brake pedal. And when you start it, the brake must be down. Now going to that, we have the parking brake right here. So if you wanted to put the brake all the way down, you leave it down, push this button down, and then let go of your foot. That will actually lock your pedal and the emergency brake will be on. Then you can start it. You can get off your tractor as long as your mower deck is not running. You can leave it running at idle or whatever you want to do until you push this brake in all the way and let go. It'll release, and then you're able to move forward and backward. Another thing is when you have the emergency brake on, okay, you come around to your pedals over here. This is your forward and reverse pedal, okay? Now when the emergency brake is on and if the engine's running and you hit your pedal, it actually disengages the transmission. That's why I call that the brake/clutch. When the emergency brake is on, these pedals will not do anything, and I'll show that to you when we start it. All right, just keep that in mind. You have to have the emergency brake in the off position before you're able to move forward and backward. Okay, so we have our ignition here, we have stop, we have the reverse lockout, and then we have green, which is for mowing forward. And then this is crank when your engine spins. So when we're going to start it up, I have the emergency brake on right now. We're going to turn it over to the on position. Now when we turn it to crank, we're going to make sure that we're up in the choke position. Make sure that we're up in the choke position all the way up, and I'm going to hold it there. And as soon as I hit crank, it'll start, and I'm going to bring it down to idle. As far as the pedals, since I have the emergency brake on right now, you can't move, okay? I'll take the emergency brake off by pushing the pedal down and letting go. And now you'll be able to move forward and backward, okay? And when you let go of the pedals, it normally brings you to freewheeling and then stop. You don't really necessarily need your brake unless you're on a hill. That'll stop you. Okay, so hopefully you guys heard what I was saying over there. When you're ready to mow, you're going to go ahead and put your mower deck. This is the other two handles here. The left one is your mower deck height adjustment, which is up and down. Okay, and just put it into go into your grass, put it where you think you want to cut, and then try it. And then if you don't like that cut, then just move it up and down accordingly. This one here is your mower deck PTO, which puts your power to your mower deck, which you have to engage and lock it into the on position like that. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to operate this and also the reverse cut. You cannot cut in reverse, and I'll show you that. We're going to have to go outside for that, and I'll show you that in a minute. I just also want to show you another thing underneath the seat. We have your battery. So your battery is here, and a couple pointers on these batteries. This is a new machine as of 2 years ago. The machine battery cold crank in amps is right here. The cold cranking amps on this battery is 230 cold cranking amps. That's just about average for a battery coming brand new out of the box. I would highly recommend if you do replace it, this battery will last maybe 3 years because they're not the highest quality battery, but buy yourself a 300 cold cranking amp battery or up. When you do purchase a new one, you'll get longer life out of them. They're just better batteries. The seat is here, and you also have a lever on the seat that you can actually move your seat forward and backward. I'm just gonna go ahead and lift this up, and then you're gonna slide it back and forth until you find out where you like it, and then it'll lock in. As you can see, it has these little tabs right here. So when you push it in, it'll actually slide up and down and lock itself in. Okay, so that's nice. You can adjust your seat. And also back here, we have, this is an important one for a lot of people who pick up and deliver these machines. You show a person here that's pushing the machine behind the tractor, and they're showing this rod here out. They show the rod in, and the person is riding the tractor. So right now, technically, it's kind of hard to move this machine, and you should not push the machine with this rod in. If you ever get your machine back from somebody or a driver dropped it off, your emergency brake is off and you push your pedals forward and backward and you're not going anywhere, this may be out. When you want to push your machine in neutral position without the machine being on, you pull that out and it should be very, very easy to move like it is now. Okay, and some people will drop their machine off and then the customer gets on it and they wonder why they won't move forward or backward. It's because this is out. So make sure that is in when you're about ready to run your tractor. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is go down and we're gonna show you how to run the mower deck in reverse while cutting. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to actually cut in reverse. This machine will not allow you to cut in reverse, but you can cut in reverse by using this switch. All right, I wanna start the machine up. We're gonna lower the mower deck just a couple notches here. And then we're gonna engage the mower deck. And you can engage, this is a twin cylinder engine, so you can engage the mower deck at like half unless you're in extremely heavy grass. I don't recommend starting the mower in heavy grass. You should try to start it on the driveway and then go ahead and start cutting the grass. But we're gonna go ahead and fire it up and then we're gonna engage the mower deck. You may or not be able to hear me. I'm gonna show you that you can't cut in reverse, and then I'm gonna come back and show you that by pushing this button in, what you do is you turn the key back one notch to this yellow part, and then you can cut in reverse. And I have heard on comments that I always used to say leave it on the whole time you're cutting and you'll be able to back up all the time, but I think this light does go out after a certain amount of time and then you have to redo it. So you can just leave this in the on position, the red light on, until it goes off, and then you may have to readjust after that, which means you may have to turn the key on and then back off again. Not off, but back into the yellow spot and then push this button. So let's go ahead and fire it up and then fire up the blades. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let the mower deck on. Okay, blades are on. I'm gonna move forward. And now I'm gonna move backward and show you that the engine will shut down. So when you hit your reverse, when you hit the reverse pedal, it shuts down. Now I'm gonna show you, turn the key back one notch into the yellow, push this button in right here, the red light comes on, or orange light, and now we can cut in reverse. Now, I always say that if you want to, just leave this on. If this light goes out for any reason, you might have to turn it to the on position and then back off to here and then hit this again, and then you can cut in reverse again. All right, now when this, I hope you guys understood that and I hope you could hear what I was saying. But basically is when you have the engine running and the mower deck on, you'll be in the green, and then when you want to cut in reverse, you're just gonna push this back one notch, and then you're gonna hit this on, and that light comes on, and then you'll be able to hit the reverse button. So basically, it will shut the machine down if this light is not on when you want to go in reverse, but you can cut in reverse, so just keep that in mind. And the other thing I wanted to show you about this is that the steering. Okay, now this is a big hub right here, and it's just very different than a lot of my steering that I come across. And what I think this is like a 0 turn radius steering. So when you turn it all the way to the right, it actually, it's really sharp turning. And we'll see how that holds up. And I knew there's a lot of people out there that probably have this, but it's just something different that they put on this model. And I think it's called the zero turn radius for the T240. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you guys out there have this machine, let me know in the comments below if you like the steering the way it is. They have the grease fittings up front here, which are kind of strange. They're on the opposite side of the hubs usually, so that makes it a little bit easier to grease the machine. I did forget to show you guys the headlights, which are right here. Now, the headlights on this machine, when you turn the key to the on position, okay, they just come on. So obviously, don't forget to turn the key all the way in the off position. You know, when you're done, or leave it in the off position. If you leave the keys on, the lights will work. They also work 100% when you're running the tractor at all times. So the lights are pretty much on when you're running a tractor. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.